Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is, in fact, Friday. My V2 remodel, for some reason, is not showing up. Hold on. There it is. There's a bee. It's me. I'm here. Anyway, it's Friday. We're gonna do some Friday things. Everyone knows Friday. It is the day that is the fifth day, depending on what you consider the start of the week. Some people consider it to be Sunday. Some people consider it to be Monday. But this is one of the days. Anyway, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Stanley, Koku, Slime Molder, Defins, Yurga, Tiny, Hamflow, Nutritious, Wishy Wishy, Zoli, and that's everyone. Monday. Oh, in the US, don't we consider like Sunday to be the start? Some places consider Monday. I think Monday makes sense, but I've just grown up with Sunday being... What the frick? They changed the wallpaper on stream? What the heck is this song? Next song. Skip this one. Welcome Last Abaka as well. Anyway, what is this image? Can anyone predict where this is? Do you think this is Holland? A place that has some windmills? I knew it. Look at I knew it. You thought I didn't know. South Holland, Netherlands? I know. When I see a windmill, I'm like, that's gotta be Holland. That was correct. Yes. Okay, anyway, what do we do on Fridays? I don't know. What is this? What is the itch.io desktop app broken? What the? The item itch.exe has been changed. Delete the shortcut. What are you talking? What the heck? Itch.io. It's right there. Choco Jax is here. It's literally right. What is this? It says it can't be found, and yet it's like, oh, look at this program. It's open right now. Are you lying to me? Are you lying? Unpin this. Close this thing. And then pin it again. Itch.io. That was weird. Okay, it's back. Everything's good. Yeah, the land of Hall land. Anyway, we're gonna do pixel art. Possibly, oh yeah, there's the Steam summer sale. Did you know that the Steam summer sale is going on? I never buy anything on Steam, so I don't know if there's anything worth buying. Maybe there's something. Has anyone here purchased anything on Steam of good value? Welcome, Jishwan. We should check Fishing Games now, because I checked during the Fishing Game Fest, and there was nothing really that I cared about. Obra Dinn, I am aware of that game. And watch 2 people play it. Welcome, Royal ZK. I would never purchase anything. It's not that good this year. What will I buy? I feel like I don't play as many like Steam games anymore. Since I started doing like variety Saturdays on itch. You know, this has been my source of games. Yo, what the Vacuous Sugar Quest? Whoa, cool, cool game. You should check it out. It's got some updates. Welcome, Snacko Racko. So yeah, last time I streamed this, we did this animation, right? Look at how smooth it is. You can transition from idle animation to casting. You go from here to here, and then bam. And then it's stuck on this frame, and then it goes to this frame. It's fishing. Vacuous Sugar Quest not on the Steam sale? Yeah, it's not on Steam. I don't really need anything. We never really need anything. If you think about it, do we really need games? Any games on here that are good? Chants of Sennaar? I feel like I might enjoy this, honestly. Because I played another game this past weekend, and it had similar elements. Learning languages in games. Seems like it could be cool. But I don't know. It does go on sale pretty often though. So what if I wait until it's like 90% off? What if I wait until they're so desperate to sell the game that it's like $2? That's, you know, that's how Steam sales go. Me when I see games that are 40% off, no, it's crazy. It's not even 90% off. What do you mean by it's not worth it? Like the game is not, you don't think the game is worth $12? Game without dog? Is there a dog in this one? Probably waiting. I mean, I'm in no rush to play it, so like, whatever. It's kind of like that's my mindset. I'm not, even if I do buy it, I feel like I'm probably not gonna get around to playing it because there were games that I purchased previously. I bought them like, oh yeah, maybe I'll play this, and I've never played it. Outer Wilds. I know people love Outer Wilds. I purchased this maybe like a year ago when it was on sale, and I was like, I'll get to it. And then I didn't. I just never got to it. And I don't know if I ever will. I have a lot of people I know who, they're like, this is my favorite game. Literally dozens of people. Vacuously is one of those people. Welcome. I know Chocojax enjoyed it. I know Amelia Watson enjoyed it. Mint Phantom enjoyed it. A lot of other people enjoyed it. But I know one of the developers from the Toho days. Am I still unspoiled? I've watched people play it, but I don't remember really anything. I feel like when I watch people play it, I mostly just left it on in the background. And then they would say things. They'd be like, oh, this is how you solve the twin something. Oh, this is the Bramble Park or something. I don't know. Oh, this is the whatever it's called. What is it called? Does anyone know names? The Galaxy? Me when I try to name Outer Wilds things. Oh yeah, this is the Nomai. Yeah, the Nomai. It's like when you have like a gnome and so there's like an eye. Oh, it's them. What about Outer Worlds? I would never play that. Welcome, What's a Butts. Yo, is that the world record? The 100% vacuous Sugar Quest speedrunner? Can we look at the speedruns? There have been new discoveries in tech. I might own Outer Worlds. Probably. Yeah, I probably do have it. It's probably on like GOG or something. On GOG for real. Hamplo says, I know nothing of Outer Wilds, waiting to play it someday. Do you have it though? Can someone like put it on the Hamplo Wheel of Games? All I know about Outer Wilds is that there's a band that plays music. And it's very good. Maybe. I don't know. I'll get to it at some point. Possibly. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, the speedruns. Speedrun.com. So there's new categories because there was a major skip discovered literally the last time I streamed, and they were like, you can skip this entire thing. See, I'm world record holder until one of the actual gamers. Yeah, that is true. No one is doing all clovers %. Just people, I don't know, they're not into it. Have I seen, welcome Carp, have I seen the whole live collab for Rift of the Necrodancer? I have seen it. I'm not gonna play it though, because I don't know, I just don't feel like playing it. Outer Wilds is about a welcome Orfish, by the way. Outer Wilds is about a normal 4-eyed person who helps 3-eyed aliens get it's spoilers. You can't say that. It's him. That's the speedrunner. Look, this is me though. That is Zoe. All of these people are in the chat right now except Am. All the people on this list. Welcome, probably not Jack. I love Rift, yet I haven't played deeper than the demo because busy. Yeah, imagine playing games. Anyone out there gaming recently? Not me. I would never game. Wolfie's in the chat. No, that guy. What's that guy doing? That guy doesn't even stream. The finals, what is he doing, man? This is the guy who has my username. He like, I keep hoping that like he doesn't stream so that when I do possibly get partner, I can take the name. But he has been streaming and I'm like, ah man, come on. But his games do not, his streams don't really show up on Twitch tracker. I was like, what was the last time he streamed? It was like 2 weeks ago or something. And apparently his last stream was like 7 minutes ago. Not 7 minutes ago, 7 minutes long. And I was just like, man. Let's see, I'm a believer in Butts World Record forever. They're the most gamer. Yeah, I mean, 18 minutes is pretty fast. Wonder if you can DM him. No, it has to be a battle. I need to like destroy him. I don't know. Isn't that kind of messed up? Like imagine like there's someone who doesn't even know you exist, but like they hate you. I don't hate him. I'm just like, he has my username. Like imagine you're just going about your day and then like some guy you don't know is like, oh, I sure hope I can steal this guy's username. Man. Fight to the death. He doesn't even know me. He's probably like not even aware. Bribe him for name? Nah. Anyway, I mean that's something. But you know, maybe one day. Maybe that day will be like 5 years from now. Cause you know, here's my plan. I'm gonna make games that are fan games and then I'm gonna steal their community. It's already working, right? We got lots of butts in the chat. We got some other people. They're like, oh, what the? Wolfie made a game? I'm gonna like, you know, go on his Discord and chat in his streams. And then once I make enough games, I'm gonna have like 75 viewers, and then I'm gonna be like, whoa, look at this. I did this on my own instead of like stealing chatters from someone else. Real, actual real. And then as soon as I stop making games of their favorite streamer, they will stop tuning in. But I just gotta do it fast enough so that I can get them all in one place before they drop off. He got out of touch once he reached 3 digits. That's not happening. If Mint Fantone streams a game that may help, well, I don't know, maybe? Possibly. Mint is so cool though. How is she so cool? Let's open up Godot. I could go over the changes I've made since last time in Vacuous Sugar Quest, just, you know, because this is it. I am in the software and game dev category. I might as well go over some game dev things. I'm gonna check the logs. I actually have a change log now. If you go on the itch.io website, you have patch notes. Release the games, but wait to release them at the same time. I could. What was the last time I streamed this? It was, is it this one? Show version number in more places. Extra dialogue. Okay, yeah. Stalker Awker played this, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. And I found a bug and I fixed that on stream. Well, not on my stream, but like while she was streaming it. It was specifically this one. So I think last time I streamed this probably was this one. Okay. So there have been some bugs discovered. If I try to look at them, I posted one of them on the Discord. It was like, if you die in a specific place, you can get soft locked. And I did not expect that to happen, but it did. And then I found a bunch of other places that could happen. I was live on Thursday. Yeah, I was on the stream. I was on Vacuously stream in the chat. Okay, this is the video. How do I copy? Click on this video. How do you copy? Okay, copy link to a video, copy message link, copy text. Do you expand the full screen? No. Any Discord user, how do you copy a link to a video from Discord? More, and then copy. I can copy a link to the message, but how do I copy? Right click. Okay, right click, copy media link. I don't even see copy me. I only see copy link. Copy message link, copy link. Okay, and then what if I open this one? It doesn't actually copy. Oh no, okay, it does work. It does work. And then paste it. It downloaded. I thought it would open it in the browser. All right. Okay, so here, if you die in this specific position, you will be soft locked forever. I mean, there is a way to get out of it. Look at the death count up there. 983, 1005. There's a lot of ways to die. And then I found a bunch of other places where you could die in this way. And I removed them. But I feel like most of the people that speedrun this do not run the latest version. So if they encounter this, they're on their own. Welcome A Poland. Did I get a chance to play Heroes of Might and Magic 2? Nope. Is there a maximum death counter? It's probably like it's a Godot integer. So I don't know if those are 32-bit or 64. They might be 64-bit signed. Yeah, 50 deaths. Yeah, Tiny was speedrunning this and also encountered that position where you can die and then respawn in the spikes. So let's see, that place is like right over here. Or was it here? It was here. So this is the checkpoint. And all I did was I removed this spike. So now if you respawn, you might respawn like on the edge of this thing, depending on where you died. But that now is not high enough to touch a spike. And then there were some other places. There was one, I think... Let's see, where was it? It was like, here. I think I had the checkpoint go up to here. So then if you were to die like right over here, you could overlap with these spikes when you respawn. So then I just remove this checkpoint and then it's now these ones. Because I mean, you have to go this way anyway, right? You go up, you have to eventually either go this way or this way. I mean, I guess there is a small chance that you could jump from here up here without touching this one, but you probably would have touched one of these checkpoints. I mean, you have to touch this checkpoint. And then there was like another one, I think it was this one. There used to be a spike here. And then if you were respawning here and you touch this spike, you would also die in an infinite loop. So that has now been fixed. It's a uint 128. Is that true? Is that real? The project is still called Celeste, by the way. T-Monks attach. Who is placing the spikes there? It's just the natural environment. You should be asking who's placing all the crates there. Like, why would they have crates up there? It doesn't make sense. The runners are now skipping the ladder and wall, hopping up to the movable guy. Which guy? Also, I noticed when I was drawing this, when I was watching someone else play this, I did realize that my sprite for the holding up item sprite was not actually symmetrical. So specifically, let's see, which one was it? It was this one. Now this sprite specifically, it used to have this one pixel was actually up here. Whoops. It was actually up here because I copied from here. Note that this pixel was higher up. So I did not notice that I had it wrong when she was looking at the camera. So the new version has this. If you see anyone playing the old version, you will not be able to unsee this. Also, I just realized I did it wrong again because there should be another... Oh no, what did I do? There should be another pixel here to separate the hair from the head. But it's not there. I mean, no one's gonna notice. I mean, you're all going to notice, but like, if I didn't tell you, no one would notice. The question is, do I keep that there? Do I just, you know, maybe I'll fix it. I'm gonna put a to-do. I should fix it. You noticed? No. It's like that one typo that I had that no one talked about. To-do. Fix asymmetrical holding up item hair. Okay. This is why game dev streams are great. Is it? I like to think that the crates are people's failed attempts to get a red flag to the top. Yeah, who even put that there? Who did that? So I fixed the soft lock. Now show the version number in credits if the speedrun timer is enabled. Now there's also in the later versions, the version number also shows up in the select, shows up in the select file screen. Now this doesn't show up here because I'm running on a debug build. It's not there. But in the real one, the version number is here, and also here, and also in the credits. So now it's more obvious. I'm trying to say I'm a red flag. No, I copied that from Celeste. If anything, Celeste is the red flag. Look at this, Celeste mountain top or whatever. So oh, look at what the. See, look, it's literally they had the red flag. Why is Velma there? That's there. Okay, do you know that I didn't actually animate the flag? It's actually a shader. For people who are not here watching this, this is actually a shader. Wait, go back. What? This one? I've gone back. TBF, I stumbled so hard while reading that, I noticed it right away. Yeah, and then you thought it was like some kind of English thing that you didn't understand. What's with that Nintendo Switch guy? He's playing Celeste on top of a mountain. There's probably a mountain called Celeste Mountain, probably. I would assume so. But yeah, this is here. And then early IBM computers were all BCD. What does that mean? So they didn't have int width. All numbers were strings. What does BCD stand for? Community hike to Celeste Mountain. No, do you know Sugar Mountain is a real place? I talked about this, right? Guy climbing Celeste Mountain in real life. Was Celeste Mountain based on a real mountain? Did they just name it Celeste? Oh, binary coded decimal. Where is Celeste Mountain? Is that a real place? Can't believe the Celeste devs stole the idea for Mountain from a guy playing Nintendo games. This is not a Nintendo game. It just happens to be on a Nintendo console. Celeste is in Vancouver? I see. I mean, this program... Wait, actually, it's not called Celeste anymore. But the directory is called Celeste. Although the project name is Vacuous Sugar Quest, it actually is in a Celeste folder. As you can tell, based on the path. Okay, what else did I change? I changed, oh yes, this is the thing that the bug that I fixed when watching Alker stream. So a lot of people were confused when they were playing about how many clovers there were. I noticed this in many gameplay videos and streams, is that they would reach the snowy area, and then it would say something like, oh, I should make sure I'm done with whatever I need to do. And then people go, oh, how many clovers do I need? I don't even know how many there are. So now, if you reach the snowy area without having collected all the clovers, it'll say something like, oh, I saw like, there were like 9 more back there or whatever. Right, like this. It'll say, I think I remember seeing 9 clovers back there. Look, she has such good memory. She's like, whoa, look at this. I manually kept track in my head. And then when you go back to collect them, she will actually say, oh, I think there's like 8 left. I think there's like 5 left. And then when you actually collect all of them, it'll say, I think that's all of them, and I'm ready to go to Sugar Mountain. You're telling me to accurately travel to North Carolina to climb Sugar Mountain? It's real. It's actually real. It is a real game. So now it says, I think I saw 8 more around here, right? And then you get all of them. Does the text reappear after coming back? No, I specifically made sure of that. So the text, if you proceed to the snow area and you collect the clover there, she doesn't, and you go back to get the other ones, it doesn't say, oh yeah, there should be 5 more. Because I will assume that if you ignore that text, that you're just going through and you don't really care about getting the ones back here. Running old version so that all clovers is faster. It is possible. Welcome always, people. You know that room to the caves? That room in the caves with 3 stack boxes to the left? Is there something there? You'll have to find out on your own. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Will she say that's all of them more than once? No. Once you get all of them, so I specifically count the number of clovers that you obtain in the grass area. And if the number of clovers that you have is equal to 10 by the time you pick up all the clovers in the grass area, it's then she just says the line. And then the next one you pick up will have no extra text. Anyway, yeah, you can try it. If you find bugs related to that, you can do it. Anyway, the bug that happened during Alker stream, though, was that as soon as you picked up the second clover, it would just say, I think there's 9 more around here, even though it was only the second one you've seen. And I was like, oh shoot, I need to fix that. Because specifically, it was, let's see, what was it called? It was the collectible script. It was a case of Godot implicitly treating non-null values as true instead of requiring it to be a boolean. Welcome, Alchikar. This is where you post that nerd emoji. Actually, it's not actually a boolean. It was just a non-null reference, and it counted. So let's see, it was this one. I had save data as snow dialog triggered. Now I, for some reason, thought this was a boolean, but actually it's an object that contains a value, and this is what I wanted to check. So I didn't have this, which means that this would always exist, and it would always go to this path. I have a bunch of to-dos in here that I will never address because I know that I will never do it. But I've hard-coded the number 10 because I know there are 10 clovers to the right. And also it was very convenient because all the clovers to in the grass area all have x coordinate greater than 0, which is what I use to check. If I had like literally 1 clover like anywhere over here in any of these areas, I would have had to like add custom logic. But they just all happen to be like on this side of the screen. So that was how I checked. It's actually so easy. Game developers consider doing this. Consider just making things work coincidentally. Anyway, this is the dialogue. I think that's all the clovers. Yeah, it's unreliable narrator. She says, I think. Because, you know, you can never really know for sure. And then, you know, I think I saw some number around here. And here's all the text. Here's the lactose-free cake. Here's where I update. You can look through this code to see if there's any bugs that you can exploit. You can be like, wait a second. There's a bug right here. I need to exploit this in my speedrun. Can we ever really trust back? Of course. So why would you not trust vacuous? Imagine not trusting. Cringe. So then, okay, what else did I change? bunch of other things. Autosave. Possible deadlock. There are no bugs here. No, there's bugs. Stacked crate pushing, push crate. Oh yeah, there was a bug. I mentioned this last time, but I don't think I actually showed the video. There was a bug that someone found that no one else had found, but they posted it in my stream chat when I was offline. And Stream Elements deletes the any link in the chat gets deleted unless you're a subscriber. So it deleted it. But then I happened to be there when it was posted, so I was able to see it. Let me show you the video. There's actually a way that you can push a crate while not being on the floor. So you know all those shortcut crates that I had that were meant to make it easier to go back? We had like these crates right here, right? The only reason these exist is so that you can go to the left. I know a lot of people are confused about this. They're like, why are these crates even here? They don't even do anything. There used to be a way where you can actually climb on top of this thing and then push it, which was unintentional, but I did fix it. If I find the video specifically, I believe it is this one. This one right here. There could be so many bug reports getting caught in the mod log. No. There's no bugs. There's no bugs in this game. Okay, so it's going to be this video. It's loading. It's not actually playing. Why is it not loading? Is this file still up? Do people delete files after some time? Okay, it works on my desktop. Is it because I'm on VPN? Is that what it is? What if I add a browser source in OBS? Let's see, browser. Connection timed out. Did they block my VPN? Okay, well, what about this one? There it is. So you can see they also recorded their keyboard input. You could actually, if you mashed up and down and then the jump button, you could push this crate. Now, I don't know if this is faster than doing it the normal way, but there may have been some crates back there that are easier to get. But it's not available anymore. But, you know, this could have been a thing. Were they watching my stream? Apparently. It's it's a lurker that never chats. But then remember like last year when I saw my, the Twitch recap that's like, hey, here's like your top viewers. And then we were like, who the heck is this? I've never seen this guy in my life. And then it was actually like that guy. And like I was like, who is this guy? Is this there's like a bug in the Twitch algorithm where it's like, oh, this is your top viewer? Like I've never seen them. I guess they just lurk a lot. Welcome Kari Karapanko. Biggest Wolfie fan? I mean, I guess they are up there in hours watched. Anyway, that was it. That was a bug that was fixed. Thank you, Lurker, for reporting it. And having your message deleted immediately. I could check, you know, some streamers, they do check when they're live to see, like, they call out lurkers. I won't do that, though. I'm not even gonna check, because I think that's weird. There have been times when, like, I would just be in a chat, and then, like, a streamer would call out lurkers. They would specifically, like, by name, not just, like, lurkers in general. They'd be like, oh, thanks for watching, and then they name, like, everyone in the viewer list, and I'm like, oh, frick. I can't watch this person anymore, because it's just too weird. I'm terrified of it. Yeah, because sometimes I feel like if I just click on a stream, like I'm not necessarily like guaranteed that I'm gonna watch it, you know. Maybe I'm just like, oh, maybe I'll click and then I have to leave in 5 minutes. But then it's like, you know, and then they see my name and they're like, well, this person was here but he didn't say anything. What the heck? Back is gonna do it next time. No, like I'm always there, okay? If I'm watching the back stream, I'm chatting. And maybe other chatters that are not chatting. Sorry, by chatters I mean lurkers. then they would never come back. Because honestly, that made me not ever click on that streamer ever again. It's like someone that I didn't watch that often, but like occasionally I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll check out their streams. But now that I knew that they would just check their viewer list, I'm like, I can't even click in for like a second. That's taboo calling out lurkers, isn't it? I think it is. Just something about it. It's like they don't want to chat for a reason. There's a reason they don't want to chat. It's because maybe they're not available, you know? Sometimes I can like tune into a stream for like 5 minutes and then I have to like go do something else. It's like maybe if they ask me a question, then it's like I can't answer it, and then they're like, oh no, he was here but he's gone now. I open incognito to watch people. I do that sometimes too, but then I get advertisements. I'm like, man, I don't want to see ads. Because I have a Twitch Turbo on my main account, or my only account. I don't have a sub account, but then if I did, they would not have Twitch Turbo because I'm not paying for that twice. But you know, when I click on a stream specifically so that I don't have to show up in the viewer list, I always get an ad, and I'm like, man, Twitch ads kind of suck. See, Zully said that reminds me of one time on Klonk's stream, he had a redeem where you can make a bot version of yourself. So 50k redeem. One day a lurker's first message was that 50k redeem. I see. So that's all the context they had. Shout out to alt accounts that I never chat with. How many accounts do you have? On Twitch, I only have one. It's just this one. But I have several email accounts. I have like 10 Twitter accounts over the past few years for like very obscure things. Welcome Liquid Cake as well. Also, thanks for stopping by, Hemp. Alt account username is Wolfie, who streamed for 7 minutes. I wish. If I had that account, I'd be using it. Twitch.tv/Wolfie. No, you know, we checked this last time. I'm not gonna go browse that guy's page. What was I saying? Ah, yes, Twitter accounts. I have many accounts. It's fun when streamers ask lurkers to talk and they get 15 first-time chatters. Hey lurkers, can you watch any lurkers in the chat? Can you chat right now? And then no one shows up. So just one previously vacuously with a capital I. Nice one. It's way lurkers. Lurkers, get out here. Can't believe they would watch the stream without chatting. Unbelievable. Yeah, type 1 in the chat. Please. Also, this is the secret room, by the way. You were wondering what was here? It's actually just it's just this. Spoilers. Anyway, that's it. What else was I gonna talk about? Nothing. I think that's it. Is that all the changes I've made? Remove soft locks, remove Clover incorrect count. Streamer I'm on YouTube. What? Oh yeah, I do have YouTube viewers. 2 of them. 2 concurrent viewers on YouTube right now. Let's see, we got I tried to fix the bug where you could delete a save file and like recreate it and get your powers immediately. I don't know if that's still like a bug that exists. Welcome Big Tesco. First time chatter. I'll switch it back. What, YouTube? Or Twitch? It worked. Calling out the lurkers, it worked. Have you ever looked into your YouTube analytics? Not really. I feel like I don't really care about YouTube analytics. My YouTube is just there like as a VOD archive. Because I think it's easier for me to do that than like having to like click a button every single stream to be like export to YouTube. And it also, because I dual stream, and I don't start my stream until after the waiting room, then the VODs don't have that like 5 minutes in the beginning that is just like a waiting room. YouTube analytics are kind of scary. There's so much info gets into your brain. Like what? Like where people are from? Their watch hours? Their age demographic? Their gender? I hear that big Tesco guy is very handsome and clever and smells nice and very good. Who? Is that? Oh, is that your? Oh, that's your account. That's you. Is that actually you? Or are you just complimenting another chatter? Where people are from, when they started and stopped watching on average. Oh yeah, they do say like, oh, most of your viewers are still watching at this point. I don't know, I don't really pay attention. Although I do check the dashboard. Sometimes if there's comments, I'll read the comments. But I think, do you guys notice there's something like with the YouTube comment section where it doesn't show your comment sometimes? I think I left a comment on Vac's video when she was playing Vacuous Sugar Quest, and then like it never showed up in the comments, and then I was like, I forgot a few days later, I checked the video and it's like, oh, I'm pretty sure I left a comment on this one. It didn't show up, but then I realized you have to click show like all chat instead of top chat or something. And then it was there in all chat, but not top chat. But I had already left another comment by then, and I was like, oh shoot, now I've got to delete the old one. So it's not like I'm leaving 2 comments. It was weird. I'm not even a top chatter. It's dumb. There was like one day when it was bugged, and I would like go to any video and it would never show any comments unless I clicked on show all chat. And I thought there were like really no comments on the video. Yeah, huge fan. Hugest fan of Vacuous. Let's see, I uploaded the Vac Sugar Quest recording I did, and when I uploaded it, someone watched a whole hour of it. Are you sure it was a real person? Who would watch an hour of Vacuous Sugar Quest? Let's see, I think it might be against TOS to have multiple accounts. Is it though? Is it really? Total watch time? Not even a top chatter. But anyway, okay, the bugs that I think are remaining though, I think I need to fix this. This needs to be added. And then oh yeah, someone did request the option to have like a reset button in the pause menu, which I guess would make sense for speedrunners. It's like right now you'd have to like, if you want to restart a run, you gotta like, you know, go save and quit, go back here, and then like delete the file, and then go back here. Right, you could totally, like if you had speedrun timer enabled, you could totally have a setting right here. It's like restart run, possibly. Yeah, reset would be nice. That's on the list of things I could do. I could even do it this stream if I wanted to. Apparently I taught someone contradiction strats. Oh wait, I missed one of your comments. Someone recently was watching one of my Picross VODs because they were stuck on a puzzle. Oh, I see. That's good though. Picross, you know, people should be playing Picross. It's a fun game. It takes 3 seconds to restart. Yeah, but think of all the time you could save. Think of it would only take me like a few minutes. It probably would introduce a bunch of bugs though. If you're like, oh, actually, it doesn't really reset your run because of this. He didn't do it right. Also, welcome to Mai. Usually TOS says you can only have one account and you can't share it, but I have not read the Twitch TOS. Are people out there actually reading the TOS though? Is that real? Restart run. Are you sure? Are you really sure you want to restart your run? She's gonna lose all her memories. All the fun times you had jumping around, running in the field, she's gonna forget all that. It'll be on your conscience. You can have multiple Twitch accounts as a bot account, but if one is banned, you can't use the other. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, sometimes people stream and then they get like banned, but then they had like a collab stream plan, but like you can't then show up. I think even when you're banned, you're not allowed to show up like on the platform at all. Like even on someone else's stream. Because then they're like, oh, you're trying to ban evade. You're not even supposed to be streaming. Timestamp for it. There's things. This is correct. I knew it. 99% of people never read it. I would at least skim through it. Sometimes there's Easter eggs. How often is that though? Because I only remember one time when that happened. It was like when I was a kid and I was like signing up for like free web hosting places. There was like specifically one website. I think it was called like Stag Hosting or something. But they had a clause in their like agreement that was literally like, if you read this terms of service up until now, please leave a message saying this text. And then the first time I did not read the thing. So then I submitted my application and they probably just ignored it. And then I read it again and I was like, oh shoot, it says make sure you include this thing in your message. And then I did, but they never approved me. But whatever, it's fine. I do remember it though. But yeah, I feel like I usually at least like skim through it. I don't necessarily read the whole thing, but I do skim. Anyway. As far as other things I could add, Zoli did suggest adding like a sound effect when a crate falls. Possibly sound effects for like the spikes going up and down. I don't think I'll do that one though. I might do the crate falling one. Or maybe not, I don't know. It feels kind of weird to be done with the game though, because like I've been like working on this for so many months. Like when I had free time, I'd just be like, oh, let's work on the game. But now that it's done, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do with my time? Yesterday I did try doing like a 3D project. Yeah, now what? Now what am I supposed to do? Imagine not working on a project. Vacuous Sugar Quest 2. We're gonna have, what is it called? Another thing, Godot. We had Terrain. This was my new project that I worked on yesterday. I usually check out what my and their obligations are. I ignore anything about arbitration. Pretty sure I can't sign my consumer rights. Yeah, I don't know. There's things. Game 2, what? DLC. Whoa, look at this 3D environment. Whoa, it's crazy. Vacuous Sugar Quest 2, but it's like 3D platformer, maybe. I remember hearing those tall tales of folks reading through agreements, finding something that was like, if you contact a number, you get a payout. Nice try, I'm still not reading that. There have been times when I would get like an email that was like, oh, it was specifically about like Fortnite. It was like, hey, if you ever played Fortnite, click on this to get an arbitration. You could win like $50 or something. And the website was really suspicious. It was like Fortnite, $50 something. I did not click it, but apparently it was real. It was a real thing that they did a lawsuit. Anyone who played Fortnite between these days, you could have gotten money. But I didn't do it. That's fine. Anyway, this is a thing. I was like looking into like how the game known as A Short Hike does their terrain, and I found a very useful video where he said he used triplanar shaders, and I was like, oh, what if I try to implement something similar? I could not get something that looks good. Maybe it's like the lighting. This looks really bad, right? This looks so bad. Yeah, but I don't know. I'll probably not continue with this one. But you know, you could imagine if I made like a game that was meant to replace web fishing, I could do something like this. I could simply have, you know, this could be a lake. And then you could have like, it lowers and there's like a pond here. You launch the game and it's like, whoa, you can move around in 3D. Wow. Oh no, we've fallen. But yeah. That could be something. See, what I really hate about TOS stuff is when they mail you and they say, we updated our TOS and privacy policy, you should read them carefully. And then they don't tell you what they changed. It always happens. What if they did that though? People still wouldn't read it, but I guess more people would read it. Some websites do change, or some websites do tell you what changed though. I think that's cool. Anyway, but this is a project. And then what? What else could I work on? Right, we could work on this. Sorry, not this. This. Fishing game. Interactive fishing experience. Still don't really know what I want to do with this though. Fishing. So we have this. What if I add like maybe this stream I could add a running animation, and then we could try to put this into a game. Not even really a game, just like, you know, a short game. You can walk around, you can cast a fishing line. Maybe I'll program like, you know, the casting animation. There's like a line that comes out. Welcome, good enough. More games. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna make games. They're all gonna be fan games. I'm gonna steal people's community. And they will all come into my chat and be like, this was the guy who made the game based on my favorite streamer. And then they're like, this guy's also pretty cool. Yep, that's the plan. It's working. Anyway, I don't know what the next game is going to be though. I had some vague ideas. And nothing too concrete. Something like what about like a Vampire Survivors game? Because I heard those are easy to make. What about like 3D game? What about fishing game? What about a game that's in 3D but the characters are 2D? There's so many options. Wolfie, are you your own favorite streamer? No, Northernline's my favorite streamer. We talked about this. Yeah, fishing game. You know what's messed up though? Northernline is not streaming. It was not streaming at all this week. I had to be like, man, what am I gonna watch this week? I did not watch streams like during lunch, which is messed up because I was so used to watching NL talk about something. He was not live. And most people that I do watch, they don't usually stream weekdays around my lunchtime. Despite me following like 1,000 people, I'm like, oh, look at this, there's like 20 people online, but I don't feel like watching like any of them. They're like totally cool people. It's just, you know, once you get into the groove of watching the same streamer, you're like, oh, my streamer isn't live, what am I gonna do now? I can't watch a different streamer. Magic carpet clone? What does that mean? Egg? He's not even there. It's not even around. But okay, we can add a running animation. Let's do that this stream. New frame. Delete this one. There's a classic game titled Magic Carpet. What? Magic Carpet game. This one. Welcome Wed, thank you for the 8 months. That is many months. Oh, this is about like 3D game that has 2D characters. Right. I'm going to assume that's what you meant. See, seeing 20 people online just to decide that it's time to ask my friends to play League of Legends instead. Can't believe this guy. Subjecting your friends to League of Legends? It's messed up. It's freaked up, man. Okay, we're gonna copy the run animation from here. Because I already have one that I think works well. There's no need to make an entirely new thing. Just copy the existing one. How do I copy this one? paste it. No, it's okay. Gotta add some more frames. New frame? There's like 5 frames, right? Alt N. And you just gotta paste it. There it is. Alright, this is the boring part. Now that we're done talking about vacuous sugar quests, everyone's gonna leave. They're gonna be like, what? He's making his own sprites now? I'm out of here. Alright, so this one, we're gonna have the arms. They're on their own layer. Anyway, how's everyone else doing though? Are you all having a good day? It's Friday. Classic Friday of all time. Today went by pretty fast. I feel like I had a lot of stuff going on at work. Also, I'm gonna drink water. It is 6 p.m. after all. I pressed the water button, but it was not. Okay, there it is. Alright. I've hydrated. You're sick? No! Well, I hope you recover soon. I've not been sick in a while. I would like to keep it that way. Imagine being sick though. Alright, so we have this one. And then you just have to adjust the animation such that it matches. It sounds sick, but like in the bad way. It's sick, but negative. Sick parentheses negative. Yeah, what's this one? How does this work? This one. Alright, so it's gotta be like this. And then what? Just copy it from this animation. He's running. Imagine running. Has anyone run recently? I got 3 of 10 in Scrandle. Man, I haven't seen Scrandle in so long. With Northernlion not streaming Scrandle, I don't see anyone play that game. It's not even real anymore. How did I do this here? I just copy. If I just copy this. If I simply copy this one and reuse the work that I've already done. I want to run, but work kills all my time. It's also getting like hot outside though. You know, summer is around the corner. And running is it's less pleasant, presumably. Okay, so then these are the wrong colors though. You gotta copy these colors. It's literally summer. Is it though? Is it really? Are you sure? When is summer? June 21st. It's literally already summer. It's always summer? No, that's not true. It's actually false information. We're out here spreading falsehoods. Simply travel to Australia. No. It's so far though. It's like how long is the flight anyway? 20 hours? Can't be 20 hours. 12 hours? 14? It's got to be at least 14 because it takes 14 hours to go from here to Japan. So surely from here to Australia it's probably longer. It's 14 hours from the left coast. Wait, well, hold on. Flights from NYC to Australia. Non-stop. Qantas. They blocked. Oh look, they blocked my IP address. Expedia.com. Cheap flights round trip. Leaving from here to there. Sign into your Google account. VPN isn't optimal. It's fine. How long? Tell me how long the flight is. What the frick is this? What is this website? It's loading. 18 to 24 hours? It's crazy. What the 1900? One stop. And 27 hours? No, that's not real. Oh, is there? Wait, there's no non-stop? 23. There aren't any non-stops from New York? That's freaking, that's like an entire day wasted. What the? Does the 27 hours include the time skip? Yeah, it's like real time. It's not wall clock time, it's real time. Yeah, it's a lot longer than I thought. So you have to go to Japan to go to... You have to land in Japan and then go to Australia. It's crazy. Well, alright. Yeah, it seems like all these. You go from Japan Airlines. This one goes to... I don't know, it doesn't really say. Qantas. Cathay Pacific. Isn't that like in like Hong Kong or something? Never considered NYC to be such an inconvenient starting point for flights. I guess it really depends where you're going though. I'm sure for some places it's totally fine. Yeah, they also have giant spiders. True. But they got kangaroos. They got koalas. Departure and arrival, I can't read. Departure and arrival are always in local time, but flight time is how long it takes to travel the distance. Yeah, it's wristwatch timer time rather than wall clock time. Drop bears. Okay, I feel like copying from the existing sprites maybe was not the best idea. Actually, no, maybe it's fine. They are very similar. I just have to like remove this one. And then this one must also be this. Madrid is 8 hours. Man. What's the deal? Why did they do that? Why don't they simply make it really fast? If it was me, I would simply make it really fast. But maybe I'm just built different. And how's this set up? It's set up like this. But this one doesn't have the line there. It's actually like this. And then this one should also be there. There's a new gen of SSTs. What is that? Fast, like some kind of rocket ship that doesn't explode. Yeah, what if they had like a high-speed rail that goes from New York to Australia? Whoa. What if they did that? You think they would ever do that? Like, I know it has to go through the ocean, but like that's probably fine, right? It's probably so easy. Yeah, just dig a hole. It's so simple. Why haven't they thought about this, huh? Don't they know that millions of people would pay for that? Either through or around or over. Or, yeah, just dig a hole like above ground. Just just dig a hole in the sky. It's that easy. If you have to minimize travel time but have to visit Europe, Japan, and Seattle starting from New York City, you could do so in record time. If you have to minimize travel time but have to visit Europe, Japan, and Seattle. Yeah, so you just go to places that are relatively close comparatively. And then it's good. Alright, so then, let's see, this one, it's gotta be... We have the hand. You've gotta make sure to draw the arms on the arm layer. Sometimes you could quite easily forget. It's a jet stream thing. It's like because the wind is like pushing you in one direction. It is true. It is in fact a thing that I've been told exists. They even named a Metal Gear character after it. Jetstream Sam. The hole wouldn't work because it's upside down. So you would end up the wrong way up. You'd have to jump into the hole head first. No, it's because like Australia is upside down though, right? Wouldn't that work though? Because it's on the other side of the world. Have you thought about this? Have you considered that maybe it's actually correct? Based on geographical positioning? I've thought about this. Some people, they don't even consider. They're not even aware that this is a thing. If there was a hole through the world, it would be a donut. No, it would be a Taurus. Like from Dark Souls, the Taurus demon. It is in fact real. Okay, so we have one frame of running animation. Very cool frame. And then we also copy it for this frame right here. And then we also copy it from the other sprite. Tauros the Pokemon? Exactly. You already know. Can you believe this artist copying from himself? Copying from previous work. Cancel him. He's stealing the work from Vacuous Sugar Quest. Can't believe this. Get him out. Cancel him. Get him out of here. Unbelievable. Someone worked hard to make these animations, and yet you copied them. They're simply adjusting the colors to match. This artist is copying someone else's work. The antipodal point to Manhattan is out in the Indian Ocean. Is that like the point on the other side of the world? Literally out there. Okay, so this one is here. And that one is here. And then I think the shoes are actually a different color. Yeah, the opposite side point. Exactly. And then it's like this. Alright, but then this one should be there. Right, it would simply be like this. Okay, now we gotta have the arms. The arms have to be on their own separate layer. We've all decided this. That it has to be there. What is that? It has to be there. Why is this not copying from the correct layer? Copy from here. I paste it. Okay, I've done it. Hey everyone, what is the point in the world opposite to your current location? Dox yourself, but not directly. Simply dox the location opposite of you. No one can possibly reverse engineer this. Wait, did I copy the wrong thing? Water? Yeah, but which one? What are the coordinates? What are the exact coordinates of the opposite location? It's the ocean, but very close to Japan. What? Might be Australia or New Zealand? I guess there's only one way to find out. You just start digging downward, and eventually you'll get there. It's actually quite easy. Dozens of people have tried. The Antarctic Ocean. Hey, do you all know that Antarctica simply means there's no polar bears? That Arctic means polar bear? No, Arctic means bear. And that the Antarctic has no polar bears. If you didn't know, it's true. I'm not making this up. It's actually a real fact. You can look it up on google.com or other similar websites. Is that penguins and polar bears, they don't exist in the same region. It has ants, that's true. It does have ants. Do you think they import the ants? And if they did, do you think it would be import ant? Polar bears and penguins don't interact. Yeah, because they don't exist. They're not even around in the same place. And some people might want us to believe that they do exist, but they don't. Spain is New Zealand. Is it though? Are you sure about this? Mods, is he lying? Is he just saying things? I thought there was no non-stop flights from Germany to NYZ. What is NYZ? NZ? Yes, you combine New York and New Zealand. New York, Zealand? Yeah, New York, Zealand. He said the word he said the word wrong, guys. He used the wrong acronym. Can you believe that? Didn't I say I would stop doing that? I'm pretty sure at some point I was like, oh, maybe I should stop pointing out when people spell the word wrong. And then I just went back to doing it. Can't believe it. Bro, that Wolf, he's so toxic. You will get tired if you keep doing that. Like if I keep telling you that you spelled the word wrong. Mock the viewers. Get out of here. He doesn't even know, bro. He said the word wrong. I would never spell the word wrong. Imagine spelling word wrong? Nah. That's cringe, man. That's freaking cringe. So if you go to New Zealand, then go to Old Zealand, then go to Old Amsterdam, then New Amsterdam, you'll be in New York. I don't think that's how it works. I think that is a false information that you were spreading. Can't believe this. Okay, so I believe this one should be like this. And then we have the arms. So So maybe actually they don't need to be there. But actually, the arms specifically, we should not have things here. And this one cannot be there. Okay. I've never spelled any word wrong. Wrong. True. See, this one I could point it out because it's like an intentional spelling error. It's like the best type of spelling error, one that is intentional. That sounds correct actually. Flying to Australia is expensive. Southern Hemisphere flights are scary. I've actually never been to the Southern Hemisphere. I don't know what it's like. I have no context on what it could possibly be. Welcome, Pork Foo. I just don't know. And I don't know if I will ever know. What if I never know? What if I never go? And I will never know. I will simply never be aware. Team, it's humid and hot. What, in the Southern Hemisphere? It's true. Why is this so hot though? Imagine living near the equator. It must be so unpleasant. It must be like so hot all the time. It's crazy. Okay, we're gonna add a new tag. This is going to be running. Oh, look at him go, he's going, holy frick. He's going. Now, how long are these frames? 80 milliseconds? Okay. There's gotta be ping pong. And all of them have to be 80. Okay. I wonder where I should fly. You could go to Japan. Have you considered going to Japan? Wouldn't that be cool? Be like, whoa, it's Japan. That's the place from anime. Me when the place from anime? Whoa. It's anime. You could do it. You could totally go. Go to Offkai next year. You could. You could go to Offkai. Seoul is cool. It does seem pretty cool. I feel guilty that I just always want to go to Japan. So many cool places. Yeah, like for me, like, I don't know. I don't really have a desire to travel besides to like meet people that I already know. You know, like when I go to Japan, it's specifically to like hang out with people that I know. I'm not just gonna go for like tourism reasons. If no one I know either lives there or is going there, I don't really have much of an interest in going. Also, thank you Pork Foo for the 9 months. That is in fact many months. I would rather grab a dozen people and coerce them to meet in Japan. California seems expensive. Yeah, California, you gotta have like, you know, either you take an Uber everywhere, or you get someone to drive you. Both of those sound very inconvenient. Everyone in chat meet in Japan in 3 hours. Welcome, Old Man Diabetes. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about how it's like, it's weird that it's more likely for me to meet my friends in Japan than in the US, despite us living in the US. Because it's like, I'm not gonna go to California. That's huge. Then I meet my friends from California in Japan instead. Friends are the main reason I want to travel around the world. Why the cool people must live so far. Exactly. Everyone lives so far away. It's messed up. Hololive got your back with their back-to-back concerts in New York City. Yeah, and I have never been, and I don't know if I will ever go. I don't know, I just don't really have too much interest in going. But it is surprising though. You would think that they would like choose like a different location. Oh yeah, my friends do show up in New York. Because they're fans of Hololive, and they're like, whoa, what, they're a concert? I'm gonna go. And then they go, and then I'm like, whoa. Oh, this one's also on the same weekend as Anime NYC, the convention. I think. It's like the second year in a row. It's pretty cool. It always is. I mean, given this is the second time, that is true. It is in fact always. My friends don't even know Hololive or they find it cringe. I mean, like, VTubers are inherently cringe. You just have to accept that that's how it works. But that's cool. You know, the fact that something is cringe is actually fine. Yeah, just be free. Simply be cringe. Alright, and then the next frame. Okay, the frame in the middle is actually upper. You have to move everything up by 1. So I'll copy this one and then paste it and then move this one. Krongo, bro. I like it though, I just enjoy it by myself. But what about all the other fans out there? Surely they exist. Imagine existing. But I concur. I think that's the first time anyone in my chat has ever said I concur. It's not like a term that I see used that often. I always feel little desire to travel unless there's a friend there or it's trips where I decide to go. Without much planning, like hop on a train to Munich. I should take a train to Stuttgart. Stuttgart. Yeah, just go to places. It's that simple. Just go to places. Imagine not going to places. I could not even imagine. Okay, so this is while he's cosplaying his vacuously. Get him out of here. Okay, we gotta delete this one. And then the arms must be in their own layer. They must be here. And these ones as well must be here. Wait. It has been brought to my attention that a lot of Germans are pretty good at English now. What do you mean now? Was that not the case before? When our relatives visited us, they barely had any trouble. It's the globalization. Everyone's, you know, now familiar with social media. They're seeing English memes everywhere. A Dokumi meetup. Are you going to Dokumi? What if you went? What if it was Doko you instead of Doko me? Have you considered this? Dokumi seems pretty fun. Maybe. Like, I wouldn't go. Because it's so far away. Doko you. Doko me. Me when I don't know where I am. Doko me. Doko me. Because, like, you know, Doko me. You know, guys who know languages. Whoa, Doko me. It's like, where? That literally means where in Japanese. Where me. Where even is this? What if it was right outside your house? Then I would be concerned. I'd be like, why would you have a convention right outside my house? There's not even like a convention center here. Dokomi, the fish from Genshin? I don't know enough about Genshin to understand this reference, but I will assume that it makes sense. Oh wait, no, Kokomi, right? Isn't it? There's a character named Kokomi. Is that the joke? Is there? Did I make that up? That sounds vaguely familiar. Kokomi. That is correct? Okay, see, I knew it. Is that the one that's like pink? She's like pink and has like blue clothing? Or is that someone else? Ame Dokomi? No, she's dead. She's not even alive. Guy looking at the new avatars used in Switch Sports. Dokomi, that's a good one. Because like they did not use the Miis. They did in fact stop doing that. Pink hair, blue clothing, has jellyfish. See, I remembered. I kind of remembered some things. Oh wait, this one actually goes up like this. And then the arms. This one must be this. And then this. And then this one is here. And it must also not have this one. And also not any of these. It's a terrible day for Ame, is it though? Because I think it makes it less hot outside. Is that true? Like when it rains, is it typically colder outside? Does the rain cool down the heat? In Germany? I feel like it's true here as well. There's less sun. Oh yeah, it's true. But yeah, it could be more humid. It's true. It's actually so true though. What is the weather today? It's actually cooler than it was the past few days. Which is nice. Because it was very hot. I was like wearing short sleeves the past few days, but today I'm wearing long sleeves again. Here it feels hotter because sometimes because there's no wind. True, we did talk about wind being a factor that cools you down, especially if you're like biking. We've talked about it. We were like, oh, do you know that when you're biking, that actually indoor biking is harder to cool down because the wind or whatever, something like that. One of those things. Wait, is this the same? Is this even the same? It goes from there. We have this one. This has 3. There's 3 things. Oh, because this is the hair. This is this thing and this is the hair. What if I used this color? As an indoor biking sufferer, I agree. Is it the Peloton? Is it a different indoor bicycle? It's cold, I had to close the windows and pull out a blanket. True. So true though. It's a Wahoo kicker? That sounds so fake. It does not sound like a real thing that exists. But I'm sure it is, it just does not sound like one. But it's definitely real. Man, tech companies, they love removing vowels. Especially like right before the R. Kicker. Kicker without the E. kicker? I hardly even am aware. I would simply not kick. Okay, the question is, do I need this line here? Or could I do without it? Because now we have this, and this is like strange. The fact that we have two of these, do I need to like find like a different color to maybe I use like this color? No, that's too much. What if I use like, what if I use this color? Is that too much? That feels like too much. Aware, but pronounced like Maware. Aware. Isn't that a thing though, somewhere? Ah, but pronounced like Awawa. Awawawa. What? What the heck? Alright, we got this thing. Okay, this thing right here. Do you ever have the urge to say awawawa? I cannot say that I have. Is that like a common occurrence that people can relate to? Awawawa? Not me. I've never done it. Wawa guitar pedal. Wawa, isn't that the Hololive EN, the Phoenix from Austria? I somehow picked it up, but I don't sound so cute doing it. Does anyone though? Does anyone say a wawawa? Awawa, awa awa? It's a konbini. What? You're talking about the store that sells foods and other such things? It's like a gas station or whatever. See, that was the other one I was going to mention, but I didn't. Cute anime girls online can sound cute doing it. I can't say that I know any people who do that. I'm not aware of any, or if there are, I don't remember. Okay, we have this one here. But first you must lower the rest of this. How convenient. Well, that's literally what konbini is for, because the first word is convenience. It's a convenient store. So it would make sense that it sounds like convenient, because that is part of the word. It's literally part of the word. That's what it's me being British. Oi, bruv, it's me. That's exactly what British people sound like. Oi, bruv. Konbini, me at a chili contests, plural. Me at a singular chili contest, plural. Welcome, Classic Carabelle. What the... Alright, we have this one. And then this one. Good morning to you. The question is, do we have the hair go all the way down here? And do we perhaps simply do this? I think we do have it go one more. Was it ever into Idolmaster? Yes, I had played Idolmaster Cinderella Girls. And also watched the anime. Uzuki is my favorite Idolmaster. She is quite cool. And that's it. Alright, you can also delete this one. And then what about this one? You gotta have this here, perhaps. Yo, welcome Raiders. Hello, Dice Queen Die. What were you doing? Shout out, Dice Queen. Also Godot. Yo, I literally have Godot open right now, but I've not really been doing anything with it. Welcome Raiders. Hello. Hello, Professor Sapling. Welcome Quebec. Welcome Obsessive Looter. Welcome Nam D Plum. Welcome Dice Queen Die. And Stencil OST. As learning and making a game. Currently have horses spinning with swords. That sounds awesome. Horses. Oh yeah, horses have been trending because of Uma Musume, right? I should show everyone my game. This is me. It's my time to like shill my game. Guys, check it out. My free game that I've made in Godot as well. You can find it for free right now. I'm going to post a link and now you can be like, whoa, I'm going to play this game. It's so cool. It's also on speedrun.com. We have many people speedrunning it. Well, look at this. 4 minutes. 8 minutes. Been a fan of you since forever. Around since the Wolfiame days. Well, thank you for being a fan. And now you can be like, he's streaming? Whoa, I gotta tune into his streams now. He's so cool. Just kidding. Cool music. It's, you mean the music in the game or the music that I'm playing on this stream? Alright, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the raid. Yes, you can check out this game if you want. It is made in Godot. It is my first time learning Godot as well, and also pixel art. I did not really know pixel art before starting this. And I'm doing pixel art right now. We have a casting animation for fishing. We have an idle animation. And we're going through a running animation right now. I'm basing this mostly on the sprites from the game that I just linked. Because I'm a fan of how I made this animation. It looks pretty good in my opinion, so I'm just going to copy the base. And just have it be a different character. Yo, they're dancing. They're literally dancing, bro. But yeah, I'm like deciding what I want to do for my next game. I don't really know yet. But at some point I will know. But in the meantime, I'm just working on like a fishing kind of, not even like a game, just like a interactive stream experience. It's like, you know, people have like intro screen, sometimes those are interactive. I was thinking it could be one where I'm fishing, and then, you know, maybe fish start spawning in as chatters leave messages, and then I catch the fish, and the fish are like colored based on, you know, the names of chatters. Who am I replacing the animal character with? Which animal character? Is there an animal character? Stubby legs, exactly. Because at this size of pixel art, there's like only so much you can do, right? This is like 16 by 16. I think this is like my new favorite size of pixel art. It's like small enough that it's like constrained, but it's large enough that you can fill like some details in at least. And I think that's cool. I see the clover right there. Oh, you're playing the game. Yeah. Yeah, in the game you start off with minimal abilities. And then after some time you get more of them. And then by the end of the game you'll have everything. Literally everything. Alright, question is, do I have like a different outline for this? I could do this. Maybe I do in fact do this. But then for this one, welcome Hoppy Hollow. Walking Wolfie. True, he's walking here. Hey, he's walking here. It's Christopher walking. Call me Christopher the way I be walking, guys. Am I right? So true. He was so right for this. He is in fact walking. +2. Okay, now we add the arms. So we all know the arms are right here. You take this color. This is the color. You go on the arms layer. And then you just start drawing them in. Alright, and then this one, it's gotta have, wait, how is this done on the other one? It's like this. Now completed with a Christopher Walken impression. Hey, Walken, yeah. That's what he sounds like. That's Christopher Walken if he was like a New Yorker with a slight New York accent. But like, he's also Christopher Walken. That's him. That was him. It was the real Christopher Walken. Can you believe he was on my stream? It's crazy. My name is Christopher and I'm not walking. Why not? Why would Christopher not even be walking? Is there another Christopher joke we can make? Christopher Nolan? Is there like a verb? Nolan? Call me Christopher the way I'm Nolan? That doesn't even make sense. Nolan. Is this anything? Does anyone know? If he was a New Yorker, but he is one, well, I definitely knew that. Christopher Nolan, he's using Wi-Fi all the time. So true. Christopher Nolan. Hey, I have a friend named Lynn. Do you perhaps know Lynn? Call me Christopher the way I know Lynn. That doesn't make sense. That's so specific. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Wait a second. If they could collab. Christopher Nolan. He does, in fact. Maybe. Nolan. My name is Keanu and I'm leaving here. What does that even mean? Hey, I'm leaving here. Michael Reeves. That's a guy who exists. That sounds more like a pickup line than anything, like knowing someone named Lynn. Christopher Nolan. Me, what if me when, okay, like Lynn, like what if you're, okay, that doesn't make sense, I don't know. Imagine if the joke was funny. Oh, it's so funny. Streamer, it was so funny. That was crazy. How can the streamer possibly tell a joke this funny? I can't believe it. It was so funny, I forgot what it was. Okay, does this work? Kinda works. I feel like this one should be perhaps should I use this color? I could use this color for like the outer outlines. And then the inner ones could use the brighter, although maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like this. Maybe this is better. It really depends sometimes. Sometimes we think there's one answer, but really, it depends. Things are varied sometimes. Oh, I didn't even fix this one. What is this? That's not even correct. Okay, but now it's correct. But the arm is there, so it's gotta be like this. And also, this one should perhaps be like this. Now, okay, this one pixel being here is very distracting. Ideally, you don't have things like this. Maybe actually it goes like here, specifically to avoid that one pixel. It's an important thing to consider in art sometimes. You gotta sometimes remove details that are too extraneous, such as this. Like, we don't need this to be here necessarily. You could simply choose to omit certain details. And then this one, perhaps, goes here. Okay, maybe we don't have that one there. Maybe. Maybe. He sure is walking. Exactly. It's literally as I said. I was walking. Christopher Walken. Wait. So this goes here, and this frame, perhaps. Maybe it's better if it's like this. It's hard to say sometimes. Maybe we have this line here. Perhaps we have this here. And then what? Maybe it's actually like this. I kind of feel like, okay, this goes from this to this. It's a bit distracting. So maybe it's like that. And maybe I also don't necessarily need this one. It maybe is fine. Anyway, it is Friday. It is in fact a Friday. Me when I have nothing else to say. Yo, it's Friday. Oh, it's crazy, it's crazy. Me when day of week occurs. Next thing you know, it's gonna be Saturday. Wow. Saturday. Can you believe it? Saturday again? Yes, Saturday. So true. It is in fact about to be Saturday. And then it'll be Monday, and then the first snowflake. And then it's gonna be like Thursday. You might have thought that I said Thursday. No, I said Thursday. Thursday. That's the new day. No one has heard of it. This is when it was revealed. Thursday. The day of Thurs. The days are getting shorter. Are they though? Are they really? Probably. Probably true. You ever think about days? You consider days being a thing? What am I talking about? What is Wolfie saying, bro? What is he talking about? Are the days shorter or taller than Wolfie's model? They're not compatible units of measurement. Hold on, is this a thing that bothers anyone else? You know when people post an image that's like, I was today years old when blah blah blah? Every single time I see that, I'm like, today is not a length of time. It doesn't make sense. I can't believe they're saying today years old. That's not even. It's a period of time, not a. It's a. Doesn't make sense, man. It's an instant, not a duration, bro. Get out of here. Cancel them. Today is 24 hours long. It's not the same though. Because today is an instant. It's not a duration. Can't believe they didn't consider this. So can someone tell them that they're wrong? It doesn't make sense. I love posting that emote. There's something about it. Just like posting that emote just feels so nice. Alice Slam. It was today years old. No, it's 16 hours old. As someone who was molded by online English, this guy's got mold. I find that way of phrasing hilarious and pleasing. What, that today years old, or me complaining about it being an instant? It's also a programming thing. Instant versus duration, they're two distinct types. They're incompatible. You can add a duration to an instant or subtract to obtain another instant. But you can add two durations to get another duration. You cannot add two instants together. You would have to convert them relative to some common era, perhaps 1970, January 1st, in the UTC. And then you can add them, but it doesn't necessarily make sense. It'd be a number of seconds since the epoch or whatever. The epoch, if you will. Have you considered that a year is 0.365 kilodays long? It's not though. There's like leap seconds or whatever. It's like point something. If you add infinite number of instants, you get a duration. Do you though? You can't add instants together though. It doesn't make sense. You can subtract instants to get a duration. It doesn't really make sense to add them. Or does it? Isn't that wacky? Time delta? Yeah, that's subtracting them though. When would you add two instants? Doesn't make sense. It's illogical. Subtract this, pants grab. Never. I refuse to subtract this. I refuse. It doesn't make sense. I feel like when I say that, it's like the way Chocojack says things sometimes. Like the intonation. It doesn't make sense to do. Does she talk like that? I don't know. Am I imagining this? Am I going crazy? Is bro losing his mind? What's he saying? What is he talking about? She does, right? What is that? How would you describe that way of speaking? It's like the enunciation. You talk like this sometimes. Not really. Me when I say things. That's it. It's there. Oh, look at this, guys. Running animation, possibly complete, saying things. Who's out there saying things? Can't believe people say this. Welcome, Styler Gear. Whoa, look at this running. Wolf's run, bro. I feel like I could probably make the hair bounce a bit more. It feels a bit too, like, static, you know? You know what I mean? Any knowers in chat? But how would I do that? How would I even do that? Nah, it's probably fun. Also, it is time to drink water. because it is 7 p.m. Alright, I've hydrated. You know, another thing that I could consider doing is what if I, instead of using VTube Studio, I could simply draw pixel art and then have my own program that takes input and converts it into movements on a sprite like this. Now you're like, oh, you could just make this in like Live 2D. But what if I made my own thing, huh? What if I had a thing where like I could, you know, as I looked around, this thing would move. And it would be pixel perfect. What if he looked at you like this? Oh, what the heck? What if I did, what the heck, man? What's he doing? Yes, I would do it in Godot, obviously. That was my plan. Yeah, I could do that. And it would be pixel perfect. You know, the thing about Live 2D, you can't really quite easily make it pixel perfect. But here you could. You know, you would be rotating pixels. You can't do that stuff. What if you... Whoa, dude. Pixel art version of Live 2D. It wouldn't be generic. It would be like very specific to me. It would not be customizable. I would hard code many values. I would move things around manually via code. If I looked at the camera, it'd be like this. If I looked up, perhaps, it'd be like this. If I look down, perhaps, it could be like this. You thought about this? He's bald. He's freaking bald. It could work. I could consider doing something. I think it would work quite well. Okay, but we have a running animation though. I think we have many animations that are needed. An idle animation, a running animation, a fishing animation, casting animation. Now we could consider actually writing some code now. I just realized I should have been in the art category, but I was actually in software and game development. But that's fine. Fishing. Check the status. Git log. Add running animation. Alright, now we go to actually Godot. We will actually open the project and take a look at how things work. Alright, so we got fishing from June, which is this month. It's called Godot because it keeps you waiting. No, it's because you don't wait for it because it's already here. That was their description. It was called this because, you know, various reasons. Alright, so then with this one, you gotta add the Sprite wizard. Now there are others I could try out, but I know this one works for me. It works pretty well. Go.net. It does have support for .net, C#. Okay, we have Sprite Wizard. Go to project settings, you go to the setting known as plugins and you enable it. And then sometimes you gotta reload the project. So I will do that. All right. And then what? You may wonder, and then what? Then you go to your project settings, you set the filter specifically to be nearest because we're doing pixel art. Otherwise it'll try to smooth things out. And then now what you gotta do, you gotta go to import this thing as sprite frames. Sprite frames specifically. And then you could exclude layers. You could do not round the FPS. Exclude layers. I would like to exclude the layer known as base. And then you re-import. And now we have a player sprite frames. It's literally there. Then we got to set the project's dimensions to be something more convenient. Let's see, we can do window, maybe 1920 by 1080, and stretch mode should be viewport, aspect ratio, keep, scale mode, whatever, that's fine. All right, now we can add a, what do I add? Let's add a 2D scene, a two-dimensional scene. I'll call this one root node, or maybe whatever, root node, main 2D scene, whatever, scenes. Root.scene. Alright, so in this root scene, we are going to have a viewport, a sub viewport container, and then in that sub viewport container, you have a viewport, a sub viewport, right? So this is specifically so that we have pixel art that we scale up. The sub viewport is going to have 1920 by 1080, but then you gotta like divide it by something. What was the size? Like 320 by 180. Okay, what size was Celeste? Because I know it uses a convenient resolution. It scales into many. 320 by 180. Okay, I got that correct immediately. So the sub viewport is that size, and then you take the viewport container and you stretch shrink. Divide the sub viewport's effective resolution by this value, but while preserving its scale. This will be rendered at this thing while occupying the same size in the container. Stretch must be true. Stretch shrink. Did I not set that? I thought I set this. Sub viewport size. Oh, is this based on the parent size? Is that what it is? Sub viewport. Wait, what happened to my settings? Size was 320 by 180. Right, and then this one. If I stretch this, I think it, okay, I guess it unsets this thing. So maybe I set the thing on this one. Layout size, how do I set the size for this? Transform size. 320, 180. Is that how this works? And then if I were to place a player sprite, we add an animated sprite 2D. And then in here you set the animation. Sprite frames, you simply add the player sprite. Okay, it works. It kind of works. Animation is idle. You start off with the idle animation. And then what? And then what? Good question. I don't really know. Wait, how far is this thing in the screen? Wait, why was this thing not in the screen sometimes? Okay, so the clip's there. Then where is, oh, the screen size though is huge? Why is the screen that huge? Did I not scale it up? Oh, that's what stretch scale is for. Stretch shrink. Like 4? Oh, that's how you do it. Interesting. It seems like too much though. Okay, and then in the sub viewport, there's important settings that you have to set. Okay, this one specifically. Oh wait, this sets this one. Okay, so let's see. This one, if I set this to like 1, so viewport 320 by 180. It seems like the wrong size. If I set this to 2. Oh, because this is not fitting the whole screen. For some reason. Why is this not fitting the whole screen? It's because I need a control node. I need a, what is that thing called? No, I could set the root to be a control node instead. This is where everyone goes. What is he talking about? What's a control? I don't understand. Change type to be control. And then you max out everything. Okay, now you can set it. Sub viewport container set stretch shrink to maybe like 8 times. And then this thing is 240 by 135. So we want this to be 4, perhaps. So now this one is 480 by 270. Okay, what if this one was like 6? Okay, that's how you set it. Okay, important thing in sub viewport, you gotta set the rendering. Where's the thing? Filter. Canvas items default filter's got to be lit nearest. Then you got to have snap 2D transforms. That has to be on. Otherwise you have strange behavior. But now it's good. Now everything is good. Now if you play the scene, there is no animation, specifically because we did not set autoplay. That is an important thing you have to consider sometimes, is you have to set autoplay. And now we have some frames. This looks very distracting in a way that did not seem as distracting in the original. Now, why is that? This feels faster as well. What is that flickering that's going on there? Also, how do I not full screen this? Size. Does anyone know in Windows how do you like non-full screen something? Max. Okay, just maximize. Okay, what's going on here? Why does that look so strange? Goes from here to here. Because this should not be there. But like, I feel like it's barely noticeable in this one. But in this one, it's very noticeable. Why is that? Why is that? Interesting situation we have here. If we go to this animated sprite, it plays this thing for 1 frame, which is fine. That's what we want. That frame looks bad. So maybe instead I simply just do this. And then you re-import it. You go back here and you click on import. Sprite file not selected. What are you talking about? What are they talking about? What is bro talking about? This one? Import. Sprite file not found. Sprite file is this one. What the? Hey, that's not even correct. What's going on? The import is incorrect. Wait, I was using this view, which is different from this one. Layers. Exclude. Okay, only visible layers. Okay, that's how you do it. Then you run it, and it's okay. The going down animation is a bit distracting. Why is that? What if I removed these? What does it look like now? It looks a bit better, but something about this thing does not really work. Oh, it's this. That should not be there. What about this though? What about do I need to fill this in as well? And also perhaps this one. Did I not re-import it? Sometimes it's not obvious to me, like when I need to re-import something. And sometimes it happens automatically. Okay, so I think this one is a bit better. Why did I say it like that? Better. I think this is a bit better. Slightly better. Okay, we have character in-game. Let us add a reparent a new node. This is going to be a character body 2D. We're going to name it player. And then we add a... we save as scene. It's going to be in scenes, entities, player.scene. And then go in here. And then what you gotta do is you gotta make sure the sprite is centered where you need it to be. Perhaps right there. And as you know, an animated a character body 2D, it has to have a collision shape. And that collision shape, maybe you could consider a capsule shape. Sometimes. How do I... okay, you gotta drag this thing. It's like that. Now you're like, a capsule shape for a 2D game? That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. It does make some sense. This is what I use for Vacuous Sugar Quest. And it works alright. So I'm going to continue the same thing for this. Alright, now you attach a script. It's going to be the player script. And now this is where we can use knowledge of things. So in this one, we have sprite 2D. So we have variable. You can actually just drag these. Do you know this? You could simply just drag these in. So we call this one sprite. Not Coca-Cola, only sprite. Class name, player. And then, so in this one we want to have perhaps a state machine. We have implemented something similar for another thing. We have enum, it's going to be a state. Do you all pronounce this thing as enum or enum? I specifically say enum because I know it's enumeration, so I say enum. Same thing for like if you have like this. I know many people say char, but I feel like when I was in college, one of my professors called it char because it's short for character. And I think ever since then I say char instead of char. You say enum, enumeration. Because it's weird though that I pronounce it the way the full word would be pronounced, because I don't say regex though, because it's like a regular expression. I do say regex even though the full word is not pronounced like that. I don't know why I don't do that for enum and the other thing. In German I say enum. Yeah, we don't even know. No one even understands why things happen. Why do things even happen? Also, anyone a fan of when languages allow trailing commas? It's so nice. I hate when I'm using a language and it doesn't allow me to end the thing with a comma. You gotta have like, you know, the ending. It's like it doesn't have a comma. It's crazy. You gotta support that. Imagine not supporting. It's so nice. Yeah, you don't need like custom logic for like if last thing then don't put the comma. If you're adding stuff, you know, a get diff, you have to like end up changing 2 lines. It's too much. All right, we got 2 states. We got the state is state.idle. I've been slowly figuring out how to use the Rust library for Twitch. So I can write a Twitch bot and a small tool I wanted to use it for as well. Yeah, Rust is nice. I feel like I used to hate using Python for stuff, but now that UV exists, I feel like I'm more comfortable using it. Because one of my main issues with Python was like not being able to guarantee like what version was installed, or like when you're installing packages, you got to do like pip install, whatever. Now that I know it's much easier with UV, I'm like more likely to reach for it than to use Rust. There's something about it. It used to be if I would write anything, I'd be like, I'm going to use Rust. I would hate Python, and now I'm like, you know, Python, it's fine. Yeah, UV is good. It solves like almost every issue I have with Python. It's so nice. But anyway, that's a thing. Alright, so we have player. So player starts in idle state. You gotta have physics process. They've used other tooling. Yeah, but presumably not for Python, because they've had attempts at things like that. It's never quite been there. UV is also nice because it has like support for legacy things like imperatively installing things with pip. They also support generating a virtual end, which is nice. Alright, so physics process. You gotta check the state. And then you gotta check state.idle. State.run. Alright, so if you're in... Okay, how do I... Poetry? Oh yeah, poetry, I've never really used it, but I think there were some issues with it. But UV is good. Alright, we're gonna have a... What am I gonna have? What if I add a lib folder? In lib folder, we will have a new script state. We're gonna have state machines. Class, it doesn't even extend, no, it has to extend ref counted. PDM. PDM with just symlink packages to my local home. Oh, I see, this is for like installing global things. Quote unquote global things. Own the lib folder, because I was thinking that as well, but I did not say it. class name state extends ref counted. It would make a VN. Wait, what is I thought you meant what is dot local? Isn't dot local like the whatever it's called? It's like what's it called? Local slash something. Oh, cache. Oh, that's what you meant. I see. You confused me. I can't believe this. Alright, so it's got to have a function known as enter. Returns void. Function called exit. Which returns void. A function called process. Which returns void. It takes in a delta. Float. Apparently PDM can use UV. I've actually never heard of PDM. What is that one? Python PDM. Modern Python package and dependency manager supporting the latest standards. It boosts your development workflow. That's such like a what's the term for it? It's such a what am I thinking of? Buzzword. It boosts your development workflow. You could say that about anything. Simple and fast. PDM project. Pipenv. They don't compare themselves to UV though. Is it really comparable to UV? We don't know. All right. All right. Process, pass, physics process. UV is newer than this, but like they could still compare themselves. UV's been around for a while. All right, let's see. Enter, exit, process, physics process. Okay, so we have some things. We got various things. And then the player has various states. In this state specifically, but we need a function to enter, to transition between states. So maybe it could return, instead of it doing that, it could simply return at the end of each one a value. See, this is the thing about Godot though, is that it doesn't have like generic types. You can't say that this is a state of player state. You simply cannot do that. So I can't have this thing return specifically the next player state that should be transitioned to. I would need to say perhaps what do I say? Something. Some kind of thing. Transition to state. Change state. Change state. Function. Change state. So this thing will be called to change. No, this should be on the state machine. Is that the thing? What am I doing? I'm not even programming. I'm getting too caught up in like, what's the word for it? Bike shedding. Doing things the quote unquote right way. That's the kind of thing that I should do off stream, because that's not interesting to watch. Everyone tuning in like, oh, what is he doing? He's just going over how to, you know, have this thing be factored nicely. No, we could just hard code things in here. Get something working. So then in physics process, we gotta add some inputs. Now the question is, why am I adding inputs? Is if this was meant to be like a non-interactive experience where I'm not like pressing buttons. I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice. Add new action. Move left, move right, move up, move down. Action button, perhaps. That doesn't make sense. Cast. No, we can have primary action. I think after watching you game dev, I think the best way to do software game dev on stream is to have prepared work packages for every stream. Like, you know, this stream I'm going to work on this thing. This other stream I'm going to work on this thing. I'm going to use this library. Move up. Move down. Primary action, it's got to be Z, also known as Z. Some people might call this Z. Alright, so then in physics process, if you are currently in the idle state and input, this is also not the best way to do input. You would ideally have the command pattern, which allows you to abstract this. But in the interest of time, I will just do it this way. This is specifically because, as I learned in programming Vacuous Sugar Quest, is if you're just fetching input from this thing, if you have a cutscene where the character like should not be controlled, it gets really really annoying to deal with this. Because the way that I did it was very hacky. I like removed all the player inputs. Ideally, you want this to be it should just take a thing that's like which things are pressed. And then you could, instead of pulling from global input, just use an object. But this is fine. Input is action just pressed. Now you want to have move axis, right? Input dot axis negative action, move left, move right. So this gives you move, what do I call it? Axis. Let's just call it axis. So this gives you a floating point value between -1 and 1, depending on what is pressed. If you're in idle state and axis is not approximately 0, if not is equal approx axis 0.0, then you want to change states. Next state is going to be state. Okay, so this should set state equals next state. You should also have a function enter state that takes the previous state and then take the current state. We do nothing at the moment. Should also have exit state. This will have we have the current state is still there, and then you match the current state. Okay, so when you change state, you call exit state, and then you call prev, so enter state, and you retain the previous state. is the current state, and then you set the state. And then you pass in prev state. Alright, so then if you have pressed a direction, then what you gotta do is you gotta change state to be state.running. Okay. State cannot be assigned to variable of type player.state. What are they talking? Oh, because we have another state. We have this. Let's remove this for now. We don't need this yet. Alright, so we have current state. And then when you enter the state, if you enter the running state, sprite.animation.play running cannot find member play in base string name. Sprite, oh, it's not that name, it's just sprite.play. If you are in the idle state and you first enter it, you should say idle. We have another state that's Puerto Rico. I thought that was Canada. Am I right, guys? No, he's not right. What is he talking about? Var axis equals input get axis. And then if it is approximately 0, then you want to change state, state.idle. Okay, and then let's just see if this works. We haven't coded in movement. Where the heck is the player? Where did they go? Oh, because we're running the play. Are we running the wrong thing? Where the heck? Oh, because we didn't center them. Because we moved them. And now they're somewhere else. So player, we gotta set the transform to perhaps be 50 and 100. Okay, they're over there. So they're playing the idle animation. I've pressed left and right, but nothing is happening. So I gotta figure out why that is. So in physics process, if this thing is there, if it is approximately equal to 0, go back to idle. What if we print out, so if it's not equal, go to the running state. Sure, it is in fact. Oh wait, I got these wrong. This one should be idle. Wait, I didn't even match. Okay, I see. I had two things matching the same thing. Alright, so if we hold right, oh, it works. Can move to the right. If you don't move, it goes to the idle animation. Cool, very cool, very cool. So now we need a way to flip horizontally. You can reparent this thing to a node 2D. Sorry, you want to add new node 2D. Call this flip node. It is simply the node that should be flipped. Okay, and then this one will actually be this one. Okay, you simply have to access this unique name. So then this one will be flip node. So node 2D, and it is located at flip node. All right, and then this one, let's see, you want a function for flipping the character. So then if direction, update facing direction, Your game makes one feel short, that's evil. Great game design shows you know what you're doing. Do I know what I'm doing though? Did you finish it? Did you get all the clovers? Because I did add a thing that tells you how many clovers you have left. A lot of players were confused. They were like, oh man, I don't even know. No way. Okay. You ignored the dialogue that was like, oh, I think there's like 5 clovers back there. Oh, thanks for playing though. Oh, are you not even done with it and you got stuck? No. I thought you meant that you're done with the game and that the game felt short. So you mean you make the player feel short? I see. Well. Alright, this one will accept an input axis. It's going to be a float. And then, let's see. So if input axis is greater than 0, Mac is short, confirmed. I don't know. If input axis is greater than 0, then flip node dot scale equals 1.0. L if input axis less than 0. Flip node dot scale equals negative 1.0. 1.0. Flip node dot scale dot x. Yes, of course. All right, and then once you get the input axis, you got to update facing direction to be axis. So now you can run left and right. This looks so weird. This is the issue with having asymmetric characters, is that the fact that this hair thing is on the left side looks really weird to me. I don't like this, but also I don't really want to draw separate sprites for everything. Oh no. I can't believe this. Alright, you can move left and right. I mean, we're not actually moving, but the sprite is playing. It is in fact going. Alright, and then we should have another one for casting. Casting. So then if you are in the idle state or running state, input dot action is action just pressed, primary action, then you change state, state.casting. You can do the same thing for this. You probably want to return here. You may want to return. Now you're like, Wolfie, there's so much copied code. Why don't you simply copy the code? You know, because this makes them isolated. You can quite easily extract this into its own state class. You can hear the ice cream truck outside. It's there. Alright, so then now if you are in the casting state, then what? Okay, so once you enter the casting state, you should play the casting animation. Sprite.play, casting. Okay, and then if you're in the casting state, if sprite.progress, right? Sprite.animation finish? No, that's a signal. Animation. What are the methods here? Frame, play speed scale, stop. hold on. There is another, there's like a function or like a thing. Godot sprites, animated sprites get progress, casting spells, fishing progress. Godot, check if sprites animation is finished. Connect. No, I don't want to connect a signal. I want there's like a function to check the progress. Let me check vacuous sugar quest because I definitely use that somewhere. So this one's called sprite dot frame progress. That's what it's called. Welcome Kremitku. Hello. Frame progress. If it's greater than or equal to 1, that means the animation is done. And then you want to change state to state.fishing. We're going to have a new state called fishing. Okay, and then when you enter the fishing state, you play, whoops, you play the sprite that is fishing. Okay. And then if you are in the fishing state, then okay, this one should not be just pressed. This one should be is action pressed. So in this one, if you are fishing and input axis is non-zero, if it's not equal approximately, if it is equal, if it's not equal, you should go to running. Change state, state.running. If action is pressed primary action, then you should change state to idle. And then return. Thundera 3. Thundera is the name of my fishing rod. I thought that said Tsundere. Tsundere. Alright, you can move left and right. You can cast okay, wait, this animation should be stopping. Let me remove this frame because it's not necessary. This frame, okay, the ending of this frame should be 80. This one should repeat once. We should now re-import this. Saved frames. Okay, now we're in the fishing idle state. Now you put the rod away. Okay, it goes away. Fishing. Stop fishing. Okay, but I thought if I press it again, it would go to idle. But why is it not? If action just pressed. So if you go here. Okay, it works. We got a fishing movement. Now I feel like we should have an animation for putting the fishing rod away. We should also have some movement. So we have export variable, movement speed. I don't know, like 100 perhaps. This guy moving mint. That's not true. So movement speed So then if you are running and if you've continued to press the direction, then you must press. So position, what is it called? Velocity dot x is equal to axis times speed. Right. Speed not declared. This one should be movement speed. And then you should have move and slide. Oh, he's moving. You can cast the fishing rod in many places. You can go here if you want. You could simply go here. Wow. Interactive experience. If running, then cast rod, fall over, and then cast. It would never happen. Also, I do feel like this this thing is a bit too far over. I think I could get away with simply removing this. And then perhaps having it like this instead. I think I'll do that off stream. Okay, so this one now. And basic controls. What do I call this? Add basic movement, animation, and alright, look at that. It's literally a working game. The new game, this is Vacuous Sugar Quest 2, where she is now a Wolfie instead of Vag. And she is also fishing. Look at that, look at that. You can run, you can cast things. Wow. That's great. Wolfie Sugar Quest, but is Wolfie making a cake? No. But why would fishing be involved, though? The animation is so smooth. Are you seeing this? The wind-up may be a bit too long, though. I feel like by the time you press the action button between when you can actually move again is kind of long. Maybe I should shorten the animation. I should make it like a bit faster. Or I could set the movement speed. Hold on, you can, let's see, if you enter state, if state dot fishing sprite dot animation speed, right? Speed scale. Set that back to 1. If you enter the casting state, sprite, sorry, this should be casting. Sprite.speed scale is maybe like 2. Anyone remember Fatty Bear's birthday party? Oh, I don't know what that is. Is this part? This looks too smooth though. Look at how this is way too smooth. It's like unnaturally smooth. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's actually fine. You could always make this the goal of the game. What is this? Fish cake? I don't think so. I simply do not think that is the correct answer. Look at this. It's so playable. It feels really weird for there not to be a jump button though. If you're like, you have a character walking horizontally, you would expect to be able to jump. At least like a little bit. So maybe primary is jump, secondary is casting rod. Every game needs jump. Yeah, even if it's like a little jump. Like in Vacuous Sugar Quest, you gotta have like at least a little bit of jump. Imagine not having a little bit of jump. Okay, we can take the jump animation. We can copy the base. Okay, let's add new frame. New empty frame. Admiral Pi. So the RuneScape run escape reference. Is anyone running and escaping out here? Imagine running and or escaping. Alright, so let's see. This one, I will probably do this off stream because I think that makes sense. It is about the time that I end my stream after all. RuneScape could be a Wednesday game with the fishing. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Welcome Prods the Pod. Hope you are doing well as well. We got fishing. We got literally a fishing game with an animation that is perhaps too quick. What if I try 1.5 speed? Instead of 2, yeah, 1.5. That feels so much slower though. Also, sometimes when I press it, it doesn't work. Oh, it's because I'm pressing it when I'm walking. I'm walking here. This one, okay, this should not be if it's just pressed. This should be if it is pressed. Wait, but then why isn't it needed for this one? Is it because, should I be checking this after? Can you make the screen shake as you walk? No, that is too distracting. Because I do not like screen shake in games. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes it's fine. I don't like motion blur in games. Screen shake is simply too much sometimes. Right, so we're gonna have a jumping animation. Jumping frame. We'll simply copy this from Vacuous Sugar Quest. Nope, I copied the entire thing. I meant to just copy this. The idea of motion blur in a pixel art game made my head hurt. It happens so much though. It happens more often than you think. But actually it's just smear frames. I guess it's not the same. It's not exactly motion blur. Smear frames are not exactly the same thing. They are different. True. So true. Alright, we take this one. And we put this one... wait, did I put this on the wrong frame? No, that's right. That one there, and here. And then... let's say this one... I believe that this one does not need to be here. And then we have this line over there. Are there games that are pixel and use motion blur? No, I confused it for smear frames. Those are totally different things. I simply misunderstood. Okay, so this one has this here. We have the arms. And then you gotta go back. And once you go back, you gotta take this color and use this color up here. Now, how did I do it for this one? I did it like this. Okay, and then you gotta have this thing and also that one. And then what? And then I'm gonna have the lines over here. This looks different though. This looks strangely different. Why does this look so different? What the? I saw the cat. Is there a cat? No, this is a sugar glider. That's not a cat. Unless you're talking about a different cat. Maybe I have this here. Whatever it is, it's fine. It's like this. I think when he's jumping, I feel like we should remove this one. Remove these two because they're kind of distracting. So now we have a jump frame. New tag, jumping. Repeat once. Alright, we have jumping frame. And then jumping. 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 Now let's change the inputs. Instead of, okay, so primary action, we have secondary action. Secondary action is going to be on X. So I'm going to change primary action to be jump. Secondary action is going to be casting rod. Alright, so if you are in idle state or running state, I guess many states would also have this. If action is just pressed, primary action, whoops. Primary. I probably don't need to have the action suffix because these are by definition actions. It could just be primary and secondary. Change state to jumping. Oh, now I'm like, I gotta add coyote time, obviously. Imagine not having coyote time. So if you're in running state, you can also go to jumping. And then, okay, so if you are in the jumping state, oh, now we need a falling state as well. Okay, maybe I don't do this on this stream. Perhaps. We also need to define a jumping impulse. Whatever, you know, I'll do this separately. That's gonna be it for today's stream. We've accomplished some things. We have drawn a running animation. We've drawn a... I've messed up because I added support for jumping animation, but never actually used it. We have a casting animation. We have movement. And it's good. Alright, well, let's find out what day is it. What day it is. And find out who to raid. Today is today years old. That's not true. Today is today. Bingo day. Ooh, sunglasses day. Excited to see what this fishing game will become. I don't think it'll be an actual game. It's just gonna be like a thing that I have on my waiting screen, maybe. Of some kind. Anyway, okay, decide to be married day. Anyone getting married today? Anyone proposing to their potential spouse? If it's today, this is the day. You can do it right now. A bunch of days though. Micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises day. Oh, Confused Hunter. Been there, done that. But was it today though? Was it today? Drive your Corvette. Isn't that a bird? Oh, Corvette. Drive your Corvette to work day. Onion day. Women's fly fishing day. Screen repair day. Is there a person you would raid and hit with decide to get married day? I don't think so. We have a sunglasses emoji. You can do that one. National Sunglasses Day raid. You could do that one. You could perhaps choose a different one if you want. Alright, who's streaming? Who do I raid today? I'm looking at list of people that are streaming. Let's see. What if I look for software and game development? What if I find someone who's doing this stuff? Yeah, Wolfie streaming. Taking a look. Is there anyone here that I think I would raid? I did raid L:Q at some point in the past month. No, it was actually last month, but that's too recent. I will find someone else. Or maybe not even someone doing game dev. Maybe someone entirely unrelated. Also, I didn't realize I shut down my computer before making sure that it's synchronized. I was not sure whether my files are actually on my main computer now. Probably should have waited. Okay, well, I think I'll raid someone who's not streaming software and game dev. We can raid Stalker Ocker. Playing some Dark Souls 2, but she did play Vacuous Sugar Quest yesterday. She did play my video game. So we can raid Ocker. Oh, this is a collab with Congo. Congo VT. I feel like I haven't seen him stream in a while. But anyway, that's going to be it. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably. I might be late a little bit. Depends on what's going on. Might be busy for like the start of the stream. I don't know yet. There's a thing in the morning, but hopefully it doesn't go over until into the time that I stream. Late, I don't know. If I'm late, I will say it on the Discord. I don't expect to be late, but I don't know, maybe. There will be people like in the house that could be talking. At which point I'm like, I don't really want to stream when there's like people saying things. What if they say this is the address that we're living at right now? Oh, this is the is this the correct address? And then they name the address. I can't have that. Imagine that. Anyway, yeah, raid is gonna go. I'm going to wait several seconds. And that raid is it is going. I will see you next time, and goodbye.